Hey, it's Dave, and I am here sitting with my good friend Andrea. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, thanks. And thanks so much for sitting down with me.
My pleasure.
Andrea is one of my one-on-one warriors, and I just think that she has a great story. I think it will resonate with a lot of people, and she was kind enough to sit down and share it, or parts of it, for a little bit.
Happy to.
Awesome. You know, when I work with someone, some people come to me with no workout experience, and some people come to me with a lot of workout experience. And you came to me with a lot of workout experience, and may I say, you were a little skeptical. You were a little skeptical.
Not a little.
A lot.
Not quite.
Yeah, and if I remember our conversation, our early conversations correctly, I was kind of like, listen, you came to me and said, what I'm currently doing isn't working, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but what I'm currently doing isn't working. My response was, okay, so the worst case scenario, let's try some different stuff. And if it doesn't work, well, I mean, let's really throw ourselves into this for 3 months, okay? And if it doesn't work, well, then you're no worse off than you were before.
Right.
Is that kind of how we got started?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And by the way, you look fantastic, and like I said, I think you have a great story.
Thanks.
So can you just kind of tell folks kind of where you were, kind of where you started from a health and fitness perspective?
Yeah, definitely. So I started to become very involved with fitness around age 14, and I would run and walk, occasionally would go to a health club with a friend, and then in my 20s, I started to not feel great, and I believe I had my first child at that point. I didn't feel great, so I sort of ramped up my fitness and went to a nutritionist, started taking vitamin supplements and that kind of thing. So I tried to handle everything that was happening to me physically, nutritionally, and with good fitness.
That sounds like a good plan. Right?
Yeah, I thought it made sense.
I mean, you weren't trying to fix it with prescriptions or anything like that?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
No, not at all. I try to handle things as holistically as possible. And as I said, I went to a nutritionist, and it was sort of an extreme type of a program that she put me on at that time, but I did see results. So I stuck with it. You know, why not? And it worked well for me. Actually, during that time, I became certified to be an instructor at a health club. So I was teaching at a health club, which I had never done before, and it was a lot of fun. And that went well, so I just kept going with what was working.
Sure.
Then there was a change, I would say, physically, maybe mid-30s. Started not feeling great again. I was not teaching at that point because of business and other personal responsibilities. It became too much, but I still continue to work out. And I was a big advocate of group exercise.
So you're taking a lot of group classes,
Yes.
like boot camp type classes and things like that?
Yeah, my favorite of all was body pump, which I really thought was considered weightlifting, but it really turned out to be more cardio.
Cardio with weights is what I call it. Yeah.
Right. So I couldn't understand. I started not feeling well. I started feeling almost like I was declining in strength and not gaining strength, but I didn't understand why. And also I started to gain a little weight, around the middle, and things started to shift. And mid-30s, early 40s, and I was sort of disappointed.
In the results that you were
in the result at that point, because I was still working hardcore, but at that point I was eating less, because that's what you do, right? You ramp up the fitness, and you go backward in your nutrition and eat less calories, and that's how you lose weight. That's what I thought, and that worked for a while also.
And I hear that story all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm not getting the results I want, so I'm going to eat less and work out more.
Yeah.
and your experiences with that?
Well, that worked initially,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt poor. I didn't feel well. I started to develop a lot of brain fog. At one point, I think I shared with you, like when I was reading my text, like the words disappeared on the screen.
On your phone.
On my phone. And I definitely live a stressful life with all my responsibilities and things. So I just sort of chalked it up to stress. And I didn't know what was happening. And then I started to gain more weight. And I think, fast forward, now I'm in my early 50s at this point, and I decided I wanted to run a half marathon. So I started to train for a half marathon on top of the body pump classes, on top
Some
of
more training and more.
depleting my nutrition and dwindling down my food
Mhm.
intake in a day. And I was no carbs, like 0 carbs, probably. I shouldn't say 0 carbs because certain things do, like fruits and things have carbs, but minimal
Limited.
carbs, yes, for at this point now 25 years. And by the time I was early 50s, decided to run the half marathon, that was like the chubbiest I ever was, around my middle. And it was so discouraging.
So you're thinking, hey, I'm getting ready, I'm training to run a marathon. I mean,
Yeah.
I should be lean and svelte and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So fast forward, we connect.
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, Andrea is one of my favorite people in the world. She is so wonderful. I just love our conversations so much. So without putting words in your mouth, I mean, what I was asking you to do was almost the opposite of what you had been doing.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get you to eat more, and I was trying to get you to exercise less.
Yes.
And what did you think about that? And what did you think about that then at the time? And what do you think about that now?
Well, first of all, before I get into that, I just want to say my intention when reaching out to Dave was not for me. It was for my husband,
Yeah.
who has been going through this weight gain, weight loss process, for the past 10 years maybe. So I was just going to be a good wife and go along with my husband and do the things with
You're
my
being
husband
supportive.
so I could support.
Yeah.
And when I first had a conversation with Dave, he said to me, "You are going to be the harder nut to crack because of my mindset." And
Yeah.
he was right. So yeah, it was a huge struggle for me to wrap my mind around the concept that I needed to exercise less and eat more. So I was afraid, I made that first plate of rice and I just stared at it.
It was enormous, right?
That's the enemy. I have the enemy on my plate, you know? And it was, I think, enlightening to me, to say the least, that that the food was controlling me.
In the past.
In the
food,
past. It made it very clear to me that was the situation. The food was controlling me and had been for quite some time.
So I'm going to read, to the best of my ability, a quote, if I may, that you gave me just the beginning of February. So what, two months ago, February, March, April, 2 months ago. "I feel so consistent in loving it. I enjoy going out to dinner. I don't feel guilty for going out anymore. I don't feel guilty around the holidays, and food is not controlling my good time."
Yeah.
Is that pretty much what you said to me?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to you. So it was amazing to me to be able to enjoy like a piece of pie at Thanksgiving and not feel bad that I ate it, or feel like, oh my word, what do I do tomorrow or the next week to get rid of what I'm going to gain from eating some carbs and some dessert. And then it made me focus on that on the holidays and not focus on the things that I should have been focusing on, like family and good conversations and like just resting, you know, and enjoying the peace.
Resting and recovery.
Yeah.
So are you saying that, like, in the past, or let's say, so your relationship, it sounds like your relationship with food has gotten better to a point that you are now able to be more present with your family around the holidays.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, as crazy
that's
as
pretty,
that sounds.
It's pretty profound.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you repeat something over and over and over again that it becomes your truth and your just your mindset of how you do things. It you don't realize that it might not be the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
There are a lot of health and fitness industry misconceptions that I think invade a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
And that is eat less, eat less, eat less, exercise more, exercise more, exercise more.
Yeah.
And you're such a wonderful example of wait a minute. Let me, and I appreciate you so much in kind of entrusting me to say, hey, let's put the brakes on that and let's really do this the, dare I say, like the right way.
Yeah.
In a healthy way.
Yeah.
How are you feeling these days?
Well, I feel great. And I love rice, by the way. And oatmeal is like, are you kidding me? I can have oatmeal, this is great.
Yeah.
So I'm eating 5 meals a day, and I can remember the first time Dave said to me, oh, your last meal will be at 9 o'clock at night. And I said, no, it won't. He said, oh, it will. I said, you don't understand, I don't eat past 7 o'clock. And he said, it's okay. You can eat after 7 o'clock because your metabolism will start to work properly and it will burn fat while you're sleeping like it's supposed to. And by darn, I ate last night my last meal at 10 o'clock and I loved every bit of it.
There you go. And your fitness is progressing in the right direction and you're feeling better. You look fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
And no more brain fog when you're looking at your iPhone anymore.
No more brain fog, and I'm sleeping really well at night. And I'm hungry. Like, I'm really hungry every 3 hours, which is the way it's supposed to be.
So you're eating more food and you're hungrier. You're sleeping better.
Yes.
Again, I'm a fitness guy, I'm not a doctor, but I would think that part of that sleeping better is hormonal regulation, some things that we did nutritionally to help kind of support proper hormonal regulation.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. And for me, it's so wonderful to get these great results and hear these words from someone that I care so much about. It just makes my day. So, beautiful background here. We are sitting at Andrea's salon, okay, Roots Salon in Camp Hill, and come see it. It's gorgeous here.
Thank you.
We're down in the men's area.
We are.
Right? Okay,
Barbershop.
I guess that's appropriate.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put at the end of this video your contact information so people can come see you. And Andrea was kind enough to do a couple other videos with me also. So we have more coming.
Awesome.
Can you say goodbye?
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
See you guys.
Bye.